Very, very choppy here. Very choppy action. SPY momentum pretty weak. Came down pretty stiff here. It's been up pretty high all day, but it's really just choppy here. This is not a good trading environment at all. It's LPTE, low probability trading environment. Keep your trade numbers, keep your number of trades down, keep the risk very low. Don't take any big positions right now. This market is not giving us anything. East Bay, want me to check coin? Sure. Coin a little bearish this morning. A little bearish on the daily. We got mixed signals here. Let me look on it on TC2000. Coin right there. Yeah, it's breaking down below the 80 and the 15 right now with support down here at 368, about 368.26. That's the next support level, but it definitely has turned slightly bearish here. I mean, it's a bull flag. The thing is in a nice uptrend, so it's hard to swing this thing short, but definitely is a short for today right now. I mean, the volume's kind of crappy. I mean, notice how big the volume was here as the stock moved up. Now as the volume's coming down, the stock is slipping down. But cryptos are a little bit weak here today. IBIT's still up a little bit, but not by much. Mara moved up this morning, but it's pulled right back. Riot is also pulling back. And Grayscale Bitcoin also up a little bit this morning, but pulling back a little bit right now. So not excited about coin, except maybe as a potential short for intraday trading. Morning, Heaven. Good morning. Joe scalp Tesla, 50 cents per contract, very nice. Tesla scalp. Tesla went right up through the 50 now. It just moved back up through the 50-day moving average. It's got an algo line above it now on Tesla right here. It's the next resistance level is that algo. It's a pretty long algo line. It goes way, way back here. And there's your resistance is 336, about $8 higher. So obviously going to have some resistance right across there. You can see the tops of those candles, or the tops of those bodies of those candles. But looks pretty nice right now for a potential short-term long. Just that the market's just not doing anything for us here right now. All right, is Gilead a PBO? Let's take a look. Not yet. I mean, I wouldn't take it yet personally. I mean, it is bouncing nicely right now. It's setting up for a PBO. This is not really confirmation for me yet. It did come down and bounce off the 8 and bounce off of that, so you could look at it as a PBO. But this is kind of a doji, just a doji candlestick today. So I would need to see. I would have to wait for confirmation at the end of the day, personally. I mean, it's trying to do a PBO for sure. SPY coming in here now. Triple Q is also coming down a little bit. Dell's pulled in right at the VWAP. And NVIDIA just going sideways. Again, not much of a market to trade here today. The SPY short right here is okay for a SPY super system short. But again, there's just not much follow through in anything. I took my SPY overnight long off, by the way. It is coming right up on the pivot point here. So if you short it here, you might want to consider taking profits. That was a pretty nice SPY super systems trade right there. Right here is where the entry actually was. See how it went to yellow right there? And you just kind of watch it go sideways, and then you get a flush down. Gonna have to watch here what NVIDIA does, what Dell does. Dell just moving down just a bit. Triple Qs coming in, but the SPY was a pretty big drop right there. That was a nice SPY super system trade. I would be out if I was in it because you've got this VWAP. It could, I mean, this pivot point could go right through it, but. Those SPY puts, by the way, in here, I was tracking them. We went from about $1.18, $1.15, $1.18 to about $1.65 on this move right here. It's a pretty good move, about almost 50 cents. T2104 still coming down, still bearish, as we had said earlier. It's been bearish, so you have to be. It's very difficult to go long right now. The ZLV is coming back down again a little bit. Q's dropped, not like as much as the SPY did, but pretty nice drop in the market. Okay, be right back. Let me just check the questions first. Did you say you just sold your SPY calls? Right? Yes, I did, Arisha. I took them off here. I don't think, again, they're underwater at this point. They're also out of money, so I'm not going to just hang around and let them time decay. I just took what I could get from them. I think I took about 84 cents for them. I paid $1.44, so I lost about 60 cents on the overnight.
Okay, Alfie.
Okay, be right back. Yeah, now you can sit down with the little boy. You all done?
Yep.
Oh, it's all done. Yay! You taking laundry out?
Yes, I am.
Oh my God.
Little puppy, you just want to be and pray.
That's where he wants to be, but he'll take it out here.
Yeah. Water's dropping again. Oh.
What's dropping?
Water.
Oh, water. Yeah, it's too hot.
We need a good rain.
Yeah, we're probably not going to get one unless we get a tropical storm.
Yeah.
He's healthy. A good boy.
Too hot for a tropical storm. You need hot and cold.
Ugh.
Huh?
They foam out over the Caribbean, so our weather here doesn't really get either. All right. How's that? You take any GABA this morning? Oh. Get you some water, perhaps?
Yeah.
It's going to be, I can't put an arm, I suppose.
Start eating more stuff as you keep eating.
I know, we should leave everything here.
Oh, once a month. Yeah, of course, right. Yeah, once a month.
They got too many white ones.
Okay.
Too many white ones. All right. Alfie, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Show my everything's shut down. It is. Hey, buddy. You wanna go outside? Outside?
It's the door open, Alfie. Door's wide open.
Huh? He
Door's
just
wide.
pushes you again. That's just right. He pushes you. You don't push.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Not too far. Long, but not very far.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
All right. You had to go.
Had to go.
Had
Good
to
job,
go.
Alfie.
Excellent.
Good
Ken.
job, Alfie. You did a nice poop.
Nice poop.
Very
Alfie.
good boy.
Very proud.
Very good boy. That's a very good boy.
Yes,
He says, well, I don't like pooping in the backyard. I'm not happy about it at Oh, they emptied it. Good. All right. All right, so the SPY made a pretty big steep drop here and bounced right back up again. Coming back up. It's again a very choppy day. This is not a good day for trading at all. That was a pretty nice, the SPY trade was pretty nice. You took it right here, you had to wait it out a little bit, and then you get a nice flush down. That was about 50 cents or $50 a contract right there on that SPY trade if you took that one. Other than that, there's just not much going on. ELV just moving sideways now. Dell has been bouncing all over the place, just not doing an awful lot. And NVIDIA, yeah, sideways, very sideways. Not much to trade here. What, Ruth?
Say it's the doldrums of summer.
Yeah, it's doldrums today. Well, we got the Fed coming up this week, so it'll pick up. All right, so I'm just going to look around, but I don't see an awful lot to trade right now. T2104 is starting to bounce a little bit. It's been bearish all morning. You'll see that here. Again, if you look at the VOLV, you'll see the same thing here. You see a little bit of a bounce, but still bearish move here this morning. The momentum is still staying very, very bearish here. You need some help with those clothes, Ruth? You got them in? All right. Don't take them out. I'll take them out. What?
Charleston's theater is going to be showing, performing The Sound of Music. I'm not going.
I didn't think you would be.
That's not.
This VWAV is a Momo trade, VWAV. Again, trade these at your own risk. A lot of volume, 112 million shares, 2.8 million float. Very, very low float compared to the volume in this thing. VWAV. VWAV is a Momo stock. VWAV. Momo stock here. Again, trade these at your own risk. High volume, low float. It can move all around a lot. It's like this vape that was here this morning. This thing has been insane. Started off at $8 this morning, went up to $77. Crazy stuff. I'm not touching that one. VWAV I would probably trade. Just off a price action here, basically off the 15. And that's a pretty big candle there. That's from 697 up to 827 right here. So I took some shares on this thing at around $8. And I get a sell order in around 870. Other than that, there really is not an awful lot to trade here today. The market is pretty crappy. Just up and down, not going anywhere. SPY down, up just a tiny bit here, 0.03%. Triple Q's up a little bit stronger, 0.32%. IWM down. And the T2104 right now, whoops. Let's just look at the WVOD. VOLD. Trying to bounce a little bit. T2104 trying to bounce just a little bit. Still bearish though. Still very choppy. VWAV right there. That's about all I'm doing right now. I'm just trading this Momo stock, this VWAV. Rest of the market, just very, very lackluster. SPY trying to move up. SPY right up to the VWAP now. Momentum picked up as we move off the pivot point down here, right to the pivot point. And these are pretty strong resistance levels and support levels. So when you're in a trade, these are kind of a nice level to get out. It would have been a perfect place to exit that SPY trade. Q's trying to bounce, SPY trying to bounce. About 11:55 right now. A very slow day in the market. This is just not a good day for trading. Very, very little day. I took some Qs this morning, broke even on those. I took a small loss on overnight SPYs that I had for long on a T2104 divergence. Right now the T2104 is just not doing much of anything. Pretty flat now. And I did take VWAV as this was a Momo trade. Again, you have to trade these on your own. These are very, very difficult to trade. You got to be able to read price action. You can't be worried too much about being down money on them because they fly all over the place. Harry mentioning he has a position in KURE options expiring in September. Again, this is an ETF. It's called the Chrono Shares MSCI All China Healthcare Index. He's doing this, he says, because he sees a very strong trend of American biotechs buying out Chinese biotechs, and it's been escalating. So he took some calls on this thing. And they're doing well, very well for them. Obviously, this was a nice gap up this morning, up about 2% in QR. But it's been moving up fairly consistently here since middle of June. Thank you, Ari. SPY just above the VWAP here now. Again, I'm still in this WAV. I got a sell order at 870. I bought it at about $8. Still got quite a bit of volume. Ram Kumar, is it a good time for SPY Super System call? See the short term turning blue. Well, listen, the market is pretty dead this morning. I mean, it turned blue here. It's just above the VWAP, but this is awful price action. You don't have a trend to follow here. There's no trend. You see the market up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So if you're doing this, it's got to be really, really quick. And I'm not going to touch anything. This was a decent one here because you get this flush, but you don't know that you're going to get a big pop here. The momentum's nice, but I don't think there's going to be an awful lot of follow through. I could be wrong, but I'm not touching it right here. Again, just watching BWAV, just not doing much of anything. SPY. Frank, you had to step out for a bit. Am I still holding the overnight SPY? No, I sold it to Frank. I sold it. It's out of the money now. I had the 638s, I think. It's out of the money, so I'm not going to mess around with it. I just took the loss on it because even if it moves sideways here, I'm just getting time decayed on it. So I'm out. Waiting to see if VWAV will show some volume. The volume's dropped off a little bit here on the 5-minute candlesticks. I need to see a volume pop. You're welcome, Frank. Sorry we didn't make any money on it. Made it some good money last week, but this one just didn't work. I could have got out for break even earlier today, but I was looking for a move up. I probably shouldn't have been because the T2104 market internals was not giving me any warm fuzzy feeling about this market going up. It's still just drifting down, going flat and then down, drifting down. It's just like the market. It's just not doing much. Dell's still up today, but just very choppy. Up about 0.5%. And Nvidia up about 0.8%. Just moving just going sideways. until after 12 o'clock. Well, you know, Ram Kumar, the question he's asking, in general, to go long SPY, do you need it? The VOL turning bluish, a bullish, in short-term frame, SPY turning bullish, short-term frame, good price action. You really need all three. If you, you know, I like to have the internals in my favor. If they're neutral, I'll take the SPY long or short if it gets set up with the momentum indicator is okay and it's got a trend to follow. It has no trend to follow today. We got the T2104, which is neutral at best. You got you've got the trend, which is neutral at best. There is no trend, and you've got a you know, you do have some momentum showing bullishness, but that's 1 out of 3. That's no good. The LFE still bearish. NVIDIA very, very flat here. And Dell also flat. DWAV moving up here toward my 870 sell order.
Sure. Hey, when I
Just watching WAV. They got some volume coming in on this candle. This candle might get me filled. Still some pretty heavy volume on this candle. Just switched over. We had 3.4 million on that last candle. Previous candle was 2.3, so it was pretty good volume right there. It didn't get filled. Get through the high of 866, but it didn't get to 870. Looks like it did get to 870, but I don't think I got filled on it. Yeah, it printed 870, but I didn't get filled at 870, so still looking for a shot to get there. It's trading at 855 right now. Got some volume, not as high as the last candle coming in. Kind of sloppy here right now. And I just got filled at 870. I must have caught that one right there. All right, so I'm out of that VWAV. And could have got a little bit more out of the VWAV. Again, these momentum stocks are very tricky to trade. You got to be able to read price action. You got to be settled for what you can get. Again, this thing may keep on going all day. Who knows? But it's still got some pretty good volume here. Up about 275% today on that. Alright, so I'm done with that one for now. SPY moving sideways. Q's moving sideways. NVIDIA moving sideways. Dell moving sideways. Again, I did take profits in DGX this morning on the gap down. Tesla pulling in a little bit. Q's pulling in now. Alright, I'm going to stop and get some lunch here in a minute. About 5 minutes, I'm going to stop and get some lunch. So let me just look at the... Hit market sell on the pop and got to $8.99. Nice job, Ryan. Very nice. You'll take it. You think so? You think so too. These trades you can't. You just gotta sell it for what you put a price in there. You take it, and you can't be looking in the rearview mirror and wish that you'd stayed in longer, because you don't know if it's going to keep going. It could just as easily pull right back. So again, I'm out of there as well. Nice trade, Ryan. Very nice. Again, there's a little move there from 915 down to 860. That's how fast these things move. All right, I'm going to grab some lunch. Thanks everybody for being here in the YouTube room today. I appreciate it. We'll be back again tomorrow around 11, between 11 and 11:15. I try to get it up and running. And not much to do today. Market pretty slow. I expect a fairly slow day tomorrow as well. Obviously, we get the Fed on Wednesday and we get the jobs report on Friday. Other than that, what we're getting we're getting rumors and speculation masquerading as news that's driving the market up and down. All right, everybody, have a great afternoon, and we'll see everybody on YouTube tomorrow.